Hi, Tom here with Small Seeds, Big Feeds. Do you want to get started growing veggies in your garden? Or have you been growing veggies and you want to go to the next level? Or do you want to get more than just the food growing benefits from being in the garden? There's a lot more to get, as you can imagine. And so our Small Seeds, Big Feeds course is about getting those things to you so that you can start from where you are and get to where you want to be. My story about growing really starts with the family. My mum used to grow some veggies and had farmers in the family, but I was never really interested. And it wasn't until later that I started to think about, well, I want to be able to grow my own food, it's free from nasty chemicals, and I can feel a bit of food security from growing my own things. And then I can experience the benefits of being in the garden and hanging out with people who are doing the same thing. And so that really got me started, and it's been quite a long journey of learning about all the different things that come about in the garden. And so this is what our course is about, is providing that kind of basis for you to be able to get started and continue that learning journey, because we really see that everybody has to go through the learning journey. It's not just a matter of opening up the book and saying, well, page 23, away you go. And being on that journey with a community of like-minded, enthusiastic, caring and sharing people is a critical part of that. So that's what we're looking to provide for people. So the course is a set of videos, and also each video has a workbook, and then also we have an online community group where we get to interact, ask questions, share our successes, discuss our challenges, and make that whole community thing happen. The course has two main content themes: the 5 gems and the 5 sets. So the 5 gems are more focused on the growing part of things. We talk about the soil, we talk about seeds, we talk about the growing phase, we talk about animals in the garden and in the harvest. And also the added bonus to our mind is the 5 sets. This is where we start to put our attention onto our own mindset, our own heart set, our own health set, wealth set, and spirit set. So this is how we get a whole picture of wellness coming into fruition from being in the garden. We have a few options as far as the pricing goes. The basic course is $97, and for those who want to help someone else, they can pay it forward with a bit extra. Or if you are looking to do the course without paying the $97, then that pay it forward money can be applied to a place for you as well. And the course is presented by Ling, Eric and Tom, and all that combined experience, knowledge and learning comes into fruition in the course itself. The benefits that come from growing in your garden and applying the five sets is, of course, you get food on the table, you get to be healthy working in the garden, you get to experience that nature is good for you and you get the benefits of that. You get to experience community support, and you get to learn about resilience as well, which is a really important thing these days, how we can adjust to changing situations and learn to go forward with things. And we'd love to hear the other benefits that you get as you go through the course as well. If you're ready to get growing and get smiling, click that link below, and we'll look forward to meeting you soon. Ling and Eric will also follow on with some of their story as well.
We are Small Seeds, Big Feeds, and we put together an offering. It's for people who are, starting out in that growing area. It's about gaining confidence and creating a platform or an environment in which people learn. Also for people who know lots. It doesn't matter what where you are at the journey, because the principles are pretty much the same. It's a holistic view. And
we actually offering friendship, we're offering connections, we're offering the community of practice that we reflect together. So we're holding the space to where we can actually all feel safe and confident and inspired to do what we love. In the garden, the most important thing is that only you have got your open heart, open mind, and open will that you would like to play in the space, in the safe space where we are a circle of practice, a circle of no ending, no beginning. It's all about 12 and eras. It's all about respect. It's all about fun. It's including eco and horticulture therapies. It's talking about the heart, talking about the spirit, talking about the all the monkey minds. It's lots of connections, lots of communication and discussions that we actually will do together, and with the respect. The space that we hold is for everybody to grow, not just food, but grow in the spiritual way, grow in our heart, grow in our mind, go in our community. So that's what we're going to do. Come on board with with us, ride with us, Thomas, Eric, and myself. All right, when you're ready, come and join us. Very, very easy. All you have to do, just the fingers, click the button below. Click the button below, and we'll see you there.
The course content consists of the 5 gems. So we talk about seeds, we talk about soil, we talk about growing, we talk about animals, and we talk about harvest. And with soil, this is about how we prepare the soil, how we look after the soil, looking at what the importance and vital importance the soil life is in getting good growing happening. We talk about seeds, how to do seed saving. It's got a community aspect to it as well. And of course, growing. We've got to look after the plants as they're growing. So how is it that we organise ourselves around that? And then animals. This could be, how do we deal with wild animals, domestic animals? Not just the furry ones, but also the 6-legged ones, insects as well. And let's also think about harvest. And so what are the things that flow on from harvest? Ling's going to talk about the cooking, and we're looking at the totality of our well-being from being in the garden, being in nature really. And so we talk about the 5 sets. We talk about mindset. How is it that we can see what's happening in our mind and have the resilience to say whether this mindset is working for me or not, and I can do something about changing that. We'll talk about our heart set as well, which is the emotional side. How it is that we're getting emotional well-being from being in the garden. And we're talking about a health set. There's the obvious thing of good food and good nutrition, but it's also about our mental and emotional health as well. Something that Ling emphasises with her ecotherapy and horticulture therapy background is that nature is good for you. She talks about how to get that happening. And then we also have the wealth set, and this is how we're realising abundance in our lives, on our balcony or our backyard, by being able to grow things and take away some of that insecurity we might be feeling about our way of setup for living. And also then there's the spirit set as well, which is where I was talking about the more spiritual aspects being in the garden, like how is it that I see myself as a part of the ecosystem, my eco-self. So that's pretty rich and deep, and there's a lot in there. And all of these things together are really adding up to an exploration about how we can lift our well-being. We'll be exploring the big picture about contribution. So as we're growing in our backyard, then we're starting to make a difference to the big picture things that we're concerned about, like with global warming, with our carbon footprint, with long transport distances of food, with topsoil loss, with so many, there's a big list of those things, right? And so by growing in our backyard or in our garden, then we're making a contribution, a significant contribution to being able to change that system and come up with a better way of living for us all, so that we have a sustainable way of living on the planet.
We're at a time of a lot of change that's occurring. I think not only at a local level, but I think globally as well. And there seems to be a little bit of anxiety, I think, developing. And of course, as part of that, you know, we're looking at the health aspect. It's that sort of stress factor is a very important one. And stress seems to be linked to so many of our physical illnesses at the moment. And indeed, for young people as well too, we need to think of how we inspire younger people who perhaps don't have the experience that other people have in terms of the world and what we've gone through. So what we're aiming to do, I guess, is to provide something which allows us to get more meaning from what we do, and if it's in a context of how we're providing for food security, how we're addressing some of those broader issues, increasing biodiversity, decreasing our carbon footprints, as Tom mentioned. It's that finding meaning which then seems to be able to satisfy a whole range of things.
If you're interested and keen to give this a go, then you can just click the button below and go to the next step as far as getting the course up and running with yourself. Now, the course is $97 for the 5 lessons, and you get to join the Facebook community as well, and also there's a workbook. We're also set up to allow a pay it forward situation. When you apply for the course and you pay your $97, you can also pay or make a contribution towards somebody else doing the course who doesn't necessarily have the $97. And if you'd like to take advantage of a pay it forward place, then please email us and we'll look after you in that regard.
Okay, so if this touches a chord with you, then just press the button down below. See ya.